Okay, you see the third theoretical distribution, normal distribution. I already explained regarding binomial distribution, Poisson distribution, and this is the third distribution. Normal distribution. Okay, the binomial distribution and Poisson distribution are applicable to discrete series. Discrete series means where there is a end values, where there is a end value, upper limit and lower limit. Okay, and this normal distribution is applicable to continuous distribution. Continuous distribution means there is no end. Where there is no end for the uh, variable, if there is no end for the variable, for that type of variable, we apply normal distribution. Okay, so you remember binomial distribution and Poisson distribution are applicable to discrete variable. Discrete variable. And normal distribution is applicable to continuous variable. Okay. So binomial distribution and Poisson distribution we studied are comes under first unit. The two distributions comes under the first unit, and this normal distribution is the second unit. Remember this. So today I started the second unit in your business statistics. So what is normal distribution? The normal distribution, a probability distribution which has the following probability density function, not mass function. Remember this. Density. Density is applicable for continuous variable. So you remember this word, the normal distribution is applicable to continuous distribution. Therefore, it is called as the probability distribution. The probability distribution which has the following probability density function. Density. Okay. The area. Density function, that is called as PDF. In the binomial distribution and Poisson distribution, we recorded as PMF, probability mass function. That is called as probability mass function, and this is the probability density function. So what is the normal distribution, probability distribution, probability density function? In the probability density function x, probability of x function, probability of density function of x is equal to the probability density function is equal to 1 divided by standard deviation square root of 2 pi. I think you studied this in your high school level. Pi means 22 divided by 7. The value of pi is 22 divided by 7 pi. It is used in the calculation of area of a cylinder or circle. Okay, so pi square root of 2 pi and e raised to minus 1 by 2. The expectation e raised to minus 1 by 2 in the bracket x minus mean, small u, it indicates mean, divided by standard deviation raised to 2. Okay, this is the normal distribution function. probability of density function as per normal distribution. This is the probability distribution. If the probability distribution coming under this aspect is called as normal distribution. And in this case, you remember x means variable x. Variable x is greater than minus infinity. You see here, probability this x value, variable x is greater than minus infinity, and this is smaller, x is smaller than plus infinity. Okay, so your value of x, variable x, is in between minus infinity and plus infinity. Plus infinity, this is the point you remember. In the normal distribution function, x is in between, variable x is in between minus infinity and plus infinity. And standard deviation, second aspect, the standard deviation. The standard deviation is always greater than 0. Remember this point. Standard deviation greater than 0, and variable x is in between minus infinity and plus infinity. Is a okay. The first distribution is binomial distribution. In the binomial distribution, n value is little bit near to 10. Maximum n values up to 10. And in the Poisson distribution is n is large, but it is countable one. N is countable. Okay, n is countable. So in this case, in the normal distribution, n is uncountable. It is not possible to count it. So we call that as value of x is, variable x is in between minus infinity and plus infinity. This is the point you remember. Okay. So then binomial daga n asta ಒಂದು 7 8 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟ 10 ಒಳಗೆ n ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆಂಧ್ರ ಪೈಥಾನ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ 100 ಗಂಟಲೆ ಇತ್ತು, ಹಂಡ್ರೆಡ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೊಡ್ಡದಿತ್ತು. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ದಾಗ ಎನ್ ಕೌಂಟೇಬಲ್ ಇತ್ತು, ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಣಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಈ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ದಾಗ ಎನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕಿದ್ರ n is in between minus infinity and plus infinity. Plus infinity ಮತ್ತು minus infinity ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ n is uncountable. ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗದಷ್ಟು ನಂಬರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. And you remember x is in between minus infinity and plus infinity. Minus infinity and plus infinity. N is in between minus infinity and plus infinity. And one more thing you remember, standard deviation. Standard deviation is greater than 0. Okay, this is the 2 marks question. If they ask 2 marks question, what is normal distribution? If they ask what is normal distribution, you write this much. This is the answer for normal distribution. What is normal distribution? Okay, you see this. This is the answer for normal distribution. What is normal distribution? Normal distribution which has the following probability density function. Probability density function is called normal distribution. Then you write this equation. Function x is equal to 1 divided by standard deviation square root of 2 pi. E means expectation. That means 2.725, I think. Okay. My raised to 1 divided minus 1 by 2. X is the variable. X is the variable value, x value, minus u means mean. U means mean. Remember this. And divided by standard deviation. So in this equation, what are the aspects? One is the x value you have to calculate. Another, you know the standard deviation. Then next requirement is pi value, E value, then mean. Okay. This is the point you remember. If they ask 2 marks question, you write this is the answer. What is normal distribution? Okay. So here the variable x is a continuous. Remember this. The variable x is continuous. Okay. There is no end. Continuous means there is no end. Okay. And it is called normal variate. X is called as normal variate. X is a normal variate. It is called as normal variate, and X is continuous variable. So remember, once again, I'm telling you, normal distribution is applicable to the variable which is continuous variable, not a discrete variable. ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ end ಐತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ end ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದನ್ನ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿ. Okay. This is normal distribution meaning. And about this, we have to see the notes relating to normal distribution. What are the points to be studied regarding this normal distribution? Note number 1. You see the note number 1. Note number 1 is this distribution. The distribution has 2 parameters. You see this? The normal distribution has 2 parameters. First point you remember. In the normal distribution, there are 2 parameters. One is mean, another is standard deviation. Remember this. I already told in the binomial, there are 2 parameters. One is n and another is p. N and p are the parameters of the binomial, and mean is the parameter in the Poisson distribution, and in the normal distribution, mean and standard deviation. Mean and standard deviation are the parameters. Remember this one. Mean and standard deviation are the parameters. This is very important. You remember these 2 parameters of the normal distribution. Parameters of the normal distribution are mean and standard deviation. Mean and standard deviation. Okay, mean and standard deviation are the parameters. This is the first point you remember. And I told pi. This pi is equal to 3.14. 3.14 is nothing but 22 divided by 7. Remember this. 22 divided by 7 is equal to 3.14. And the expectation E is equal to 2.718. This is not for your calculation. You remember only this one. Regarding this first note, you remember there are 2 parameters in the normal distribution. There are 2 parameters in the normal distribution. Okay. This is the first point. And second point, this normal distribution has mean. First is mean. Mean is equal to expectation of x. Mean is equal to expectation of x, and it is denoted by u. Mean. Okay. It is a Roman letter. Expectation of x. First is mean. Second, variance. Variance is equal to, how to calculate variance? Variance under standard deviation is Vx. Vx is, it is denoted by Vx, and variance, if they ask to calculate variance, you take the square of standard deviation. Standard deviation square is called as variance. Remember this. Expectation of x, mean, then standard deviation is the another parameter, If you take the square of that standard deviation, you will get the variance. So variance is equal to standard deviation square. Okay, variance. Expectation of x, mean is equal to u value. Then standard deviation is given in the problem. Standard deviation. Okay, it is greater than 0. It is greater than 0. Okay, this is the second point to remember. In the first point I told, there are two parameters. There are two parameters in the binomial, normal distribution. One is mean, another is standard deviation. This is the point you remember. First point ಏನು ನೆನಪಿಡಬೇಕು, ಎರಡು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೀಟರ್ ಅದಾವ, ಒಂದು ಮೀನ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಡೆವಿಯೇಷನ್. ಇನ್ನ ನಿಮಗ ಮೀನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ, ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಡೆವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರ, ವೇರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಂದ್ರ, if they ask to calculate variance, you take the square of standard deviation. Standard deviation square ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ variance ಬರ್ತದ. This is the point you remember. Second note. Okay. Then come to the third one. The third point, third note. A normal variate with parameter mean and standard deviation. A normal variate with parameter mean and standard deviation is denoted by n. N means number of variable. In the bracket, mean and standard deviation square. You write like this. Okay, this is the point how to write the normal variate. Normal variate. This is not for this is not an important point. You remember 2 points. One, first point is parameters of normal distribution. Second point is how to calculate the variance. Okay. Now you come to the examples of normal distribution or normal variate. The normal variate is mainly applicable to continuous variable. Okay, continuous variable. Okay, continuous variable. So the normal variate is applicable to continuous variable. The first example of normal variate is length of leaves of a plant. What is the length of a leaves? If you take the length of leaves, what is the length of a leaf? Length of a leaf. Leaf means plant, leaves of a plant. ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಗಿಡದ ಎಲೆ ತಗೋತೀರಿ, ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರ, ನೀವ್ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, ಒಂದು 5 ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, 5.5 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, 5.55 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, 5.5556 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ. So there is no limit for your measurement. There is no limit for measurement. ಸರಿ, ನೆನ್ಬಿಟ್ಕೋ, ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು. ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರ ಆ ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಈ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಏನ್ರ ಐತೆನಾ? ನೀವು ಸೆಂಟಿಮೀಟರ್ ದಾಗ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಂದ್ರ ನಿಯರ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ನಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ. If you express it in centimeter, you express it in nearly. If you express in millimeter, that is also nearly. In the millimeter, there are so many divisions. If you make division so on, there is a infinity. There is a infinity. Isn't serious empty word. So the leaves of a length of leaves of a plant is not exactly expressed. So it is a continuous variable. It is a continuous variable. Okay. Then growth of apple grown in an orchard. What? Suppose you take the apple. Then you started to take the weight of apple. What is the weight of apple? You may say that 100 gram, 200 gram, 250 gram. Okay. Is it 250 exactly? It is not exactly. Nearly you told. If you take 250.50, Is it 258.50 gram? That is also not exact. Some other says 250.56 gram. Is it correct? And another says 250.567 gram. Like this, there is no end. There is no end for the weight. If you take the weight of the apple, okay. So where there is no end, where the variable is continuous variable, then we apply the normal distribution. We apply the normal distribution. Therefore, the first example is length of leaves of a plant. Second example is weight of apple grown in an orchard. Okay. Then come to the third example. Intelligence coefficient. Intelligence coefficient of a large group of children. If you measure the intelligence, if you measure the intelligence of the large group of people, children, what is the intelligence level? Intelligence level of the children. It is not exactly possible. Okay, it is not possible to tell it exactly. So it is a continuous variable. Continuous variable. ಹುಡುಗ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಣೆ ಇದ ಎಷ್ಟು ಶಣೆತನ ಐತಿ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನೀವು ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಕತ್ರ ಅದನ್ನ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಥರ್ಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. The next is marks scored by student in an examination. What is the marks scored by a student in an examination? Okay, you says in your statistics in the third sem or in your financial accounting you scored 90 marks. Okay, you say 90 marks, but that 90 is not exact 90 marks. It is rounded marks. 90 marks is the rounded off marks, not the exact marks. Okay, your marks may be 90.5 or 90.55556 like that. Okay, that is not a exact one. So marks scored by student in an examination is not a exact one. There is lot of fraction. There is a lot of fraction part. Therefore, that is also continuous variable. Continuous variable. So you remember, these are the 4 examples for this normal distribution. You remember this for 5 marks question. For 5 marks question, they may ask what are the parameters and give 4 examples of normal distribution. Normal distribution, the example bari andre you 4 bari. Length of the leaves, weight of apple, intelligence coefficient of the large group of children, marks scored by the student in an examination. Okay, this is the point you remember. Examples. Then come to the properties of the normal distribution or the features of normal distribution. Properties or features of normal distribution. This question may be asked for you people. What are the properties of normal distribution? So you see this, the normal distribution, first property, the normal distribution with parameter mean and standard deviation. With mean and standard deviation, with mean a normal distribution with parameter mean and standard deviation. The following properties are here. You have to see the features. First is normal distribution is having a bell-shaped curve. Bell-shaped curve. You see this one. Bell-shaped curve. bell-shaped curve. This curve is very important. This curve is very important for your calculation. Remember, my dear students, you have to draw this curve for every problem. To solve the problem, you have to draw this curve. Remember this. In this curve, bell shape, left hand side is the minus infinity. You see here, this is minus infinity. This part is called as minus infinity. And this is the plus infinity. Plus infinity side. This curve touches the minus infinity and plus infinity of the x-axis. This is called as x-axis, and in between this, here is the 0. In the middle line, this middle line is called as 0. Okay, 0. And left hand side half part, right hand side half part. This left hand side half part is the value from 0 to minus infinity. You remember this. The half part, this half part is 0 to minus infinity. Remember. And remaining this half is equal to 0 to plus infinity. Remember this. Okay, the total curve, bell-shaped curve is there, and left hand side half portion, right hand side half portion, middle is the 0. Middle is the 0 value. Okay, 0 value. And the first part in the says mean minus standard deviation. Mean minus 2 standard deviation. Mean minus 3 standard deviation. It is divided into 3 parts. 0 to first part, mean minus standard deviation. Second part is mean minus 2 standard deviation. Mean minus 2 standard deviation. Third is mean minus 3 standard deviation. 3 parts in the left hand side. In the same way, 3 parts in the right hand side. Here is the plus value. Mean plus standard deviation. Mean plus standard deviation. Mean plus 2 standard deviation. Mean plus 3 standard deviation. Okay, this is the point you remember. So you see here, this is the x-axis and this is the bell-shaped curve. This is the bell-shaped curve. And this curve is in the center line, there is a 0. There is a 0. And left hand side half portion, right hand side half portion. And this half portion, this touches at minus infinity. Minus infinity. And this touches at plus infinity. This is the point you remember. Okay. And here there are 3 parts. 1 part, 2 part, 3 part. Mean minus infinity, mean minus 2 standard deviation, mean minus 2 standard deviation, mean minus 3 standard deviation. 3 parts. Like that, right hand side also 3 parts. Mean plus standard deviation, mean plus 2 standard deviation, mean plus 3 standard deviation. Okay, in this way we divide. Clear? This is the point you remember. And first property, first feature of normal distribution is the curve is a bell-shaped curve. The curve is a bell-shaped curve. It has symmetrical. Symmetrical means both sides equal. Symmetrical means non-skewed. Okay. Then in this curve, in this normal distribution, mean, median and mode are equal. Remember this point. Mean, median, mode are equal if the bell-shaped curve is symmetrical. If the curve is symmetrical, mean, median, mode are equal. This is the second point you remember. Second point you remember. Okay, second point is mean, median, mode are equal. ಏನು ಒಂದನೇದೇನು ಬೆಲ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಕರ್ವ್ ಐತಿದು, ಎರಡನೇದು ಏನಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಮೀನ್ ಮೀಡಿಯನ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದಾವೆ. mean is equal to median, median is equal to mode. And third property is the curve is asymptotic to x-axis, and that is the curve touches x-axis only at minus infinity and plus infinity. And third point you remember, the curve asymptotic means it touches the x-axis. It touches the x-axis at minus infinity and plus infinity. मैं ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಕರ್ವ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೇಜ್. ಕರ್ವ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಟಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಮೈನಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಟಚ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ ಟಚ್ ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಿನಿಟಿ minus infinity. These are the 3 points you remember. Okay, the third property. And fourth property is standard deviation. The distribution has standard deviation. The distribution has the parameter standard deviation. Okay, so quartile deviation as per the normal distribution is 2/3 of standard deviation. Remember this. Quartile deviation, if you want to calculate quartile deviation is always 2/3 of standard deviation. 2/3 of standard deviation, you remember this. And if you want to mean deviation, if you want to know the mean deviation is 4/5 of standard deviation. 4/5 of standard deviation. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇವು equation ಬರ್ತಾವ, property ಬರ್ತಾವ, 5 marks question ಬರಬೇಕು ಮ್ಯಾಮ್. What are the properties of normal distribution? Normal distribution property ಕೇಳಿ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬರಿಬೇಕು. Standard deviation first ಐತಿ, ಎರಡನೇದು ಯಾವ್ದು quartile deviation. Quartile deviation ಎಷ್ಟು ಐತಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 2/3 of standard deviation. Standard deviation 2/3 ಏನೈತಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ quartile deviation ಐತಿ. Mean deviation ಎಷ್ಟು ಐತಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 3/4 of standard deviation. 3/4 of standard deviation approximately, not exactly. Remember this. Okay, this is the fourth property of normal distribution. Fourth property of normal distribution. And fifth property of normal distribution is the total area under the curve is unit. The total area under the curve is unit. You see this point, this is very important. The total area under the curve is unit. Unit means 1. Unit means 1. The total area under the curve is 1. You see here. Okay, I'll show the graph. Time is off. Only 1 minute time is there. I'll show you. This is the curve. You see this. This is the curve. Okay. And this is the 0. Here is the 0. This half part is 0.5. Remember this. This is 0.5 and this is 0.5. This is the very important one. 0.5 is equal to 1. The area under the curve is unit. Unit means 1. Sorry, I am to go. This point important. Ikade 0.5 ಐತಿ, ikade 0.5 ಐತಿ, ಎರಡು ಕೂಡಿಸಿದ್ರೆ 1 ಬರ್ತದೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್. Total area under the curve. Total area under the curve is 1. This is the point you remember. This is the point you remember. Okay. ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಸಾಕು. ಈಗ 1 minute ಟೈಮ್ ಐತಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಮುಂದಿನ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸರಿ, ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಯಾವುದು? 5ನೇ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ, ಫಿಫ್ತ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್. The area under the curve is unit. Unit means 1. Value of the area under the curve is 1. First half part 0.5, second half part 0.5 is equal to 1. ಇದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಈಚೆ ಕಡೆ